There's nothing like a bit of go and trance to start off Q4 2025 and a new month and a new exciting live stream. Here I am. My name's SaveWithCrypto from the YouTube channel called SaveWithCrypto, which you have tuned into. And I'm here with Maff, the coder. Hello, Maff.
Hey, hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Apart from some bloke kept me awake last night.
Like roles and permissions and channels.
Yeah, it doesn't sound as dodgy as it does sound. It was me and Maff who were trying to sort out the kind of like roles and permissions within the new Discord that we've set up. Which I can now actually, just pop up a QR code in the corner there, which will get you to that Discord. And I will plug it from time to time. And yeah, so a few things happened this morning. One is we released the new version 1.5 of QUADZILLA. QUADZILLA is a indicator that we've been developing here. Well, I say we, it's mostly Maff actually. He's just done extremely amazing work and created basically a sort of digital crystal ball that predicts the future. How's that?
Pretty good, yeah. It's
what we've always wanted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so as usual on Wednesdays, I kind of let Maff put not let him, but I kind of Maff puts the thumbnail and the stream together, and I'm always intrigued by the title, which is urgent. Bitcoin will outfox everyone in Q4. I don't think I've actually heard anyone use the word outfox for ever. I don't think.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah, it's like quite a good word actually. I like it. I've been outfoxed. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, foxes are meant to be smart, aren't they? But the ones around our neighbourhood, I think, are pretty dim. So,
well,
maybe that's how they've outfoxed people.
Yeah. I mean, I was never quite sure about Basil Brush myself, but
no, Basil Brush was a buffoon, I think.
Yeah, I'm not a dog, Anyway, what have we got to talk about today?
Yeah, so quite a few things actually. So I guess we'll probably try and zip through them in a really sort of quite professional manner. And I just realised I was leaning back. I hope you can actually hear me talking all the way back from the microphone. Yeah, I was just saying I'm going to try and get through these in a professional manner and not keep interrupting myself. We got the Q4 outlook, which I thought would be kind of a good thing to go through, and that really is will Bitcoin outfox everyone in Q4, which I've got a bit of a uneasy feeling about that.
Okay.
QUADZILLA 1.5 new features. Woo! Let's do all that. And Chippy Watch, as usual. Chippy Watch Wednesday. And maybe some, if we get time, maybe something about the US government shutdown and just the general sort of newsy stuff.
Yeah.
That.
Okay, that all sounds good. Do we want a quick look at Bitcoin first, just because it is quite juicy at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, let's do that. Shall I share, or do you want to do the initial?
No, I mean, please do share your screen. I think everyone's probably bored of looking at my screen. me saying the same old stuff all over again, and maybe mentioning CRO too much. although that's looking good as well, I reckon. So
talking about share screen. Yeah, make sure I share the right screen. Share.
So it seemed like here we have 8 people on YouTube and 4 people on X. So that's really cool. If you are here, if you are here, can you please do us a massive favour and click the like thing on the stream and just jump into the chat and say hello. That'd be really nice.
Yeah,
but
definitely. Of the people that have,
actually,
Stevie Cherry Tree, really glad he can make it. Firewatch 999, Kaz, and CD Territory again.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, brilliant. Oh, it's good to have you all here. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Oh, sorry, and I missed it. The Max is here as well. You got several there's from me there to make up. The Max was saying, let's try stocks, because I posted earlier saying what coins or markets or whatever should we look at, so suggesting try stocks, for example, Palantir and gold, commodities and things. So that'd be worth going through.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, actually, another Dave. Gonna sign up this week, guys.
Oh, awesome! Well done.
Awesome. Yeah, really pleased to hear that. So, looking forward to seeing you in the Discord, and I was going to say on Quadzilla, but I don't know, I won't see you on Quadzilla. Hopefully you'll be using Quadzilla and getting a lot from it. What were we talking about? I'm rambling now. So yeah, we're going to look at the chart, weren't we, which is here. So I posted in the Discord earlier on that I thought there was a fairly hefty chance, especially on the 30, just kind of look at 30 minutes as an example, but that the price seemed like it was going to, I think it's around there, it seemed like the price is going to head down, and of course it pumped. I think when it got to 230, because I thought maybe approaching 230, we were just going to be see a bit of a liquidity grab, just down and eat up all of these open orders, all of the order volume, which we might still happen. It just didn't happen straight away. So I thought maybe there would be a fake out, or what looks like a fake out, down on the US market open and then back up, like big pump. But it seems to be maybe that was the outfoxing or part of it, sending that up instead of down. So
maybe,
yeah, there's a lot of bluff and double bluff in the markets, and they're trying to figure out what the big money, the smart money people are doing. Which way they're going to drive the market today. So yeah, should I go to a higher time frame to even have a look?
Sure.
One thing first. I did mention to someone else in the Discord, because they were wondering about how to upgrade Quadzilla to the new version.
Okay.
But I'll just very quickly show that, because this is actually my dev version. So if I remove that for a second, and I'll bring in invite only. So I've only got the one invite. I feel a bit sad. So because you've got hundreds of invites in your list.
I have, yeah. I mean, there's quite a lot from that guy I met in the summer, Keith Waring. From when he had Profit Sniper back in 2021. I've got a load of stuff from a guy called Crodl, Crodl, who's a sort of South African guy who was a friend of his.
Is that like Hodling Crow?
No, not really. I don't know why he's called that, actually, but I have no idea. His name is Dewel Hammett, and I've not really heard from him for like years, really, but his indicators are quite interesting. And the other ones are Thomas from Team Underground. So yeah, I do have a little collection of invite-only scripts that I rarely use, to be honest. I do look at Thomas's ones occasionally. And I've got Stonksy as well.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I still very much like Stonksy, because I think it's it complements Quadzilla. They complement each other, I should say, like really, really well, because they just show different things and they check different things.
Yeah.
I mean, you could virtually buy the two together as a product suite, if such was possible. No. But yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah. So I guess adding the real Quadzilla into here, automatically put it onto 1.5. So, but I think what you would do normally is, if there's a new version to update to, then yeah, you'd have an update script thing round about there, I'm sure. So just click the ellipsis, and you should find it in there just to update it. Then boom, you're in. And we always put the version number in the script name, so you can always see exactly which version you're on.
Yeah.
So right, yeah. With that out of the way, so if we go up to the 4 hour, haven't actually really done very much analysis on this at all today, because just been kind of busy. But
I didn't entirely mean to put you on the spot. It was just the fact that it's
oh no,
it's had quite a nice little nice little pump today. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, this is actually. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying people might be interested, and even as base, excuse me, even as basic as looking on the 4 hour time frame, looking at that cross of the 21 and 55 EMA that happened. Yeah. When did that happen? That happened yesterday lunchtime, and since then it's been quite amazing. So
yeah, for sure. There's an ominous bearish retracement level there. I mean, that's okay. Actually, let's see that 118323.
Yeah,
it'd be lovely if we actually reached that level in this pump. I'm not sure if we'll quite make it, but it's obviously kind of interacting with that level there at the moment, isn't it? That the previous kind of pivot. So, and there's just not really any particular order volume above that at the moment. So
yeah,
could well see it kind of start to stutter as it gets up to that level. I mean, down here it's already kind of in the momentum oscillator. It's already a bit sort of starting to look a bit tired. So you kind of wonder. Yeah.
Overbought rather.
Yeah. So the thing about that initial pump and then maybe coming down, maybe down to there, 112. I see that as being quite feasible, but
just for the benefit of anybody who's watching who's not familiar with this indicator, and in particular the retracement levels, do you want to just explain what these retracement levels are?
Yeah, sure. Gladly, actually. Yeah. So these are essentially so they're part of QUADZILLA, of course, but they show up. So it's like these red and green horizontal lines with the arrowhead near the start. They show up when there's some detected divergence between the EMA price trends up here in the main chart and the momentum, which is plotted down here in the second part of the indicator, which is the momentum oscillator. So where's a good example? I suppose like this one that's just showing it now. That's quite current. Like, will we head back down to that level? So this is basically when things are looking very, very bullish, and the EMAs are crossed over, like in that case. In fact, this showed up for that one, for the 9 EMA crossing over the. Is that right? No, I got that wrong. Sorry. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's that one. Okay. Yeah. This actually. So there are two of them, as you can see. This was detected kind of back here when the 9 EMA was crossing over the 21. But down here, when that happened, things were kind of looking like momentum-wise, things were looking a bit tired. Like maybe if this was the only consideration, then the price might well reverse at that point. But also there's other stuff going on, so that's why you use the trend along with the momentum to get the balanced picture, both sides. So yeah, this was detected. So what it means is that, and because this is a bullish retracement level, so it means that the price is going to go kind of like up through there, which it obviously did. Past that level, is going to go up for however long, then it's going to come back down to that level, and usually kind of slightly below it, and then come back up again. And that's what makes it bullish, is that third step, the step 3, where it's already come down and it comes up, and then at that point, yeah, you'd expect the price to just keep heading on upwards. It's uncannily accurate. It's just, it plays out over and over again. So because like this one, this is the opposite case. It's a bearish retracement. This one is saying that the place where it gets detected is where the arrowhead is. So it also just draws that back a bit, just to provide a bit of context. So that's really where the plotting begins. So here we had actually this green background in the momentum oscillator, kind of saying things looking oversold. You know, you could expect maybe the price to turn around here, but there is also a EMA cross down happening. So it's that divergence between the kind of very bearish actual price trend and the bullish signs in the momentum beginning to turn. So yeah, so this one was kind of saying, well, when did that happen? Yeah, you're saying, well, hey, look, the price looks like it's kind of, actually, what way around is that? Yeah, this is a bit of a weird one, because the candle wicks are involved in this, because the bearish ones are kind of like, there's going to be a down, which kind of happens as part of that, really. It's going to be a down, then an up, and then a down, and then when it comes back down, you can often expect like some severe downness, because it's almost like preordained. It's just kind of written in.
Yeah.
Which is written, you know, that's going to happen. So down that goes, and obviously it really does. So that one was a lovely prediction on the 4 hour there. That's going to happen. So yeah, just some examples. I mean, if I maybe dip to the 12 minutes, these ones here are still in play. So they're kind of saying, yeah, we've got all this lovely upwards price move, but you can kind of expect it to come down to that level, and it might drop down to that level, maybe even this level. This one here played out because that was up, and then the down, then the up, which is, you know, up and then really up. So, but yeah, just over and over again. There's a down, then an up, then a down, just kind of through and through. And you often see that these do sort of tie in with the VRVP in this case. So just the volume profile, just kind of showing that. I mean, usually that happens, not always, but you can usually kind of see that as a bit of an extra, you know, just kind of validation that we're going to see some price move back down to here, and that this kind of pinpoints it. But yeah, so they kind of confirm each other, really. So yeah, I think I mean, yeah, this is only on the 12 minute now, but just to, you know, illustrate that, I think you certainly expect to see a retracement down to that kind of 114, 114.3 ish level, maybe below. So that's retracement levels, and there's lots of other things in the indicator that just work really well together. So like the trend shield, for example, is kind of saying, well, okay, things are looking a little bit overbought here. The price might come around, but you know, just be careful there, because it's also like, you know, the upward price movements are still going on. So it prints these kind of upward pointing green triangles, and the opacity of those is also indicative of the strength of that upward move. So if these are still very solid, so they're kind of suggesting that there's probably still going to be a bit more upwards, or at least sideways movements, bit of ranging before things come back down. So you can use it all together to get a really good picture. Yeah, just where things are at, where they're probably going to go.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're saying at the moment is there was that bearish one just above where we are now on Bitcoin.
Is that on the 4 hour?
Yeah. However, there is quite a strong, because we got them EMAs crossed in a bullish fashion. There is quite a strong, well, very strong trend upwards as well. So, you know, I interpret that as a kind of like, we'll probably get to that level and then kind of like struggle a little bit, but then eventually probably go through it. You know, is that the sort of thing that you would expect?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, keep in mind that this is already, so it is. It seems like it's struggling a little bit already.
Yeah.
But having said that, so it might reach up to that point. But in any case, even if it drops, now you could see it kind of coming down to recharge a bit on some of the buy orders that are still waiting there. There's a bit of a fair value gap going on there anyway. You can kind of see between 2 weeks. So that's you could well expect to see a drop to there. Just as I say, recharge on some of the buy orders, maybe down to this level a bit as well.
Yeah.
And then swoop back up. It's entirely possible that it's part of that comes down to here, because there's also liquidity just around there as well.
Yeah, there is, and there's also a CME gap as well at like 108 or something. So
yeah,
that's a possibility as well.
But where is so that should I go? Actually, you can kind of see that on the 4 hour there. But if I go to the daily, is that the one you mean? Was there another one? Oh, there's another one there actually.
I meant from just last weekend. Have I gone mad?
Oh no, this is showing. Well, I'll have to look at my chart settings, because I think it's just like not showing the. Oh no, it should still show up. Don't know. Not quite showing what I was expecting it to show there.
Oh,
yeah.
Let me have a look at mine.
Sure. Yeah. Get a more reliable view on it.
Oh God, I've got so many different layouts and stuff. I kind of forgot where I put the real.
Sure. So 85.
Yeah, I'm literally looking at. Oh no, I've gone mad. Hang on, what day is it now?
There are some. I mean, there's some really clear gaps at a similar sort of level, but that's going back to July. That's probably, well, in fact, that got filled, obviously.
I'm looking at Sunday the 28th.
There. Yeah. Oh yeah. You're right. Sorry.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's just so you're just on a. So I'm looking at it on the 12-minute.
Oh, okay. There is a gap.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
It wants to be filled. Maybe it's from there, isn't it? Really? Well, in fact, it is. Yeah. So sorry, from there. So from 109.7 up to
111 sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, there is that.
I would think that. Yeah, that's going to be filled pretty easily. To be honest, just looking at the amount of order volume, because the amount of order volume has really increased. Like if we put the normal volume display on, it doesn't look quite like so there. I think it's more on the maybe back in the 4 hour. You kind of see there that there's been a surge in orders being placed,
right.
Mostly in buy orders, and also that's reflected over here as well. So yeah, okay. I guess that's kind of like how much has been placed, and that's kind of where they've been placed, pretty much. So yeah. So okay, so I guess that was a quick look at what's happening today with Bitcoin. So we think probably it might struggle up to that level, drop down, and then probably zoom away again. Probably just leading up into the weekend, I would think.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
So yeah, what's next? Oh, actually, I meant to answer that, aren't I? was there any others?
Well, you could do, but I mean, if you just want to have a quick look at something that might show off Quadzilla quite nicely, is I did set a one of those watch list alerts that you talked about the other day.
Oh yeah.
For I think I was just looking for the super up signal on the 4-hour time frame. And the one that came up this morning was FET, Fetch AI, FET. But what I did was I had it set so that it would send the alert when it actually happened, not when the candle closed. So the super up thing has actually disappeared now.
Okay.
But you can see what happened.
Just on Blofin.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah,
sure.
And then
1 hour, I guess.
I was looking on the 4-hour actually.
Okay, that's it.
So
yeah.
So you can't actually see the super up indicator itself, but basically you can see this morning at about 7 o'clock. You see when the convergence band down the bottom, when that went right below the 20%.
Yeah.
And that's basically that's when I got the alert. And look how beautifully that went up since then. I didn't actually trade that because I was asleep, but I was kind of half awake, but I was trying to get ready to do stuff. But that's like a 10% move. That no, it's not. It's it is. No, it's about a 10% move.
So you talk about like here from the pivot point up to there.
That is literally when the alert went off.
Yeah. It's like 10 or 11%.
Yeah, which I think is brilliant. Because I didn't actually trade it, but I've never traded that in my life. And if I'd have done, I'd have probably done it on 5x leverage or something, and that would have made 50%, wouldn't it? So
sure.
that would have been very nice. But anyway, just to show you an example of how we can use Quadzilla with alerts. So there you go. So I think that's all I was going to pester you with, actually. So
because you can kind of see from that we're still going, isn't it? It seems very likely it's going to get back up to that point.
Yeah, which is a great move.
Yeah. Oh, very, very quick thing, just while I remember. So I did notice in some screenshots with Quadzilla that were being posted and things. Huge shout out to people who are posting screenshots in Discord. I was going to say Deluge, then wrong. But yeah, in Discord. So if you need to, because obviously when you get the big long array of numbers, it just follows that. I don't think they're any use to Man or Beast, but they can be switched off. That is a bunch of things. So like, it's not really the inputs, but although they I've got a global setting for that's switched off, which is why that isn't. But into style, is values in status line. Same again, I've got a global setting for that. But if you switch that off, then all of those numbers just disappear. They're really annoying.
I pretty much do that with everything.
Yeah. One of the things, so the labels on price scale, I don't know if I actually find those really useful.
Okay.
Once you get used to them, at first they're a bit sort of like, God, what's going on here? Just too much information. But I do find them quite useful because they, like if you're looking at a particular retracement level, sometimes you just do this kind of like measuring. It's around about there. Actually, that one's not even showing. This one is. So like, okay, that's measuring. It's roughly that, but obviously you can just look on there. So it's 0.717 there. So it's just a bit handier for that sort of thing. It does mean that sometimes the actual price gets a bit buried away in all the information, but It's, I could live with that.
Okay.
So, yeah. Should we? Well, I guess we could.
I mean, while we're looking at sort of random things that I'm mentioning, is it worth having a look at Asta for CD?
Yeah. Let's do that.
That is actually something I was trading earlier on in the week. Actually, I did all right with it. Actually, it was good.
So what's the difference in that? Oh, Asta. So this top one, isn't it? Again, just on Blofin. But if there's, I mean, I don't know if Astra hasn't been around for all that long anyway.
It's about a week and a half.
Yeah, so really not very long. So it's the same on Blofin as elsewhere then.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a Binance coin. It's going to be to do with their DEX kind of thing. I think
the oh yeah, okay, let's have a look at these. Like I thought it's like a treasury thing, isn't it?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Sure.
Don't really know. Don't care.
Fair enough.
I just
yeah, as long as you make money from it, that kind of trading channel, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like that rubbish. I was trading the day that Meat 48 or whatever it was. It's like looked right dodgy, but
yeah,
it's all right. Made a few quid.
Yeah, I was a bit worried what topic that video is going to be about. Look at
well, yeah, that
okay,
was.
So let's have a look. That's it. So, given the real lack of price data, I've just gone to the 30-minute. Whoa, okay. Just have a look to see that one, where that one leads to. Oh, okay, into MTX hasn't come to there, but that just seems like this sort of retracement level where you eventually see the price coming up and just kind of touching it and then dropping away and then maybe coming up or whatever. So those ones seem to tend to do that. And that's the end of the road. So what have we got? So we've got what's it? I guess the question is kind of, well, I guess it wasn't just have a look at Asta. Like, where's it going to go from here? I think probably up, I would say, just given that this month the expectation, isn't it, is that kind of everything is going to go up. It's almost like just at this stage the TA, like long term, if you look at it as an investment, long term, or for now, the TA almost just doesn't really matter, does it? Just like expects things to go up for a bit. In terms of trading it, it's probably also just going to be so driven by Bitcoin at the moment.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and there might even be a bit of a lag. Like, Bitcoin's doing this. It's kind of like an arbitrage thing, isn't it? Just like jump over here and quickly, place an order before or open a position, but and it'll probably react like several seconds later.
Yeah.
So that there's probably some mileage in that, to be honest.
Yeah.
As long as the TA kind of stacks up, so yeah.
I mean, to be honest, it's it's less than 2 weeks old, so there's not really that much you can say about it, really. But
no, except look at that.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, so that was totally the up, then down, and then up. So based on that, I guess it's already done the up. The up was a bit of a letdown after all that, but this is looking like it's going to. Oh, actually, to be honest, it's looking at the moment like it might retrace a bit. Yeah. If that does a mid-range cross, I don't think it'll be all that major a downturn, because just the average is leveling out a bit there. So that would.
So it might not make it all the way to the bottom, is what you're saying. Is that right?
Yeah, essentially. I think that could turn out to be one a bit like, I don't think going down, but yeah, where this is just kind of level, and then it'll just turn midway, I think, unless something cataclysmic happens, or Bitcoin does do its major retrace, in which case you just get sudden turn in that. But purely looking at that, you'd expect that, and then maybe back up. It's generally looking pretty bullish, this one.
Yeah.
So we're on the 1 hour now. It's just, should I draw some lines? Just make it look as if I'm doing some actual TA. Oh shit, I'll just do the horizontal lines. I really want to go to the 4 hour for this, but it's just,
go on.
It's just, well, I was going to say, it's just not the price data, is it? But maybe to get some levels in. To press the wrong button. Was it? Have I forgotten how to do this? That's going to look so slick as well. Yeah, I was doing Alt H, but horizontal line wasn't doing what I wanted to. Anyway, let's put it in there. And kind of like lines up a bit with that.
Yeah.
So there are a few touch points there. Maybe there, don't know. These, don't know really. I guess, I could probably just draw lines in ad infinitum with this. Maybe. I mean, there's definitely a range that's going through there. There's kind of order volume maybe building along there. If I drop now to the back to the 1 hour, there probably were some other bits that could have been filled in there. But the right about there, because we've got this.
Well, it looks to me like, on that time frame, what you want to be looking for is the green backgrounds on the momentum oscillator.
Yeah, you're right, actually, because this one played out really nicely.
Yeah,
upward move. So did this one. Got a nice upward move from there. So if this does come back down, it would have to come down into oversold.
Yeah.
And this one here, we didn't get the green background, but we did get the curving round of the whole thing, and the convergence bands seriously converged. So that really is also a signal in its own right.
Is that because it kind of met the conditions to draw the green background, but it happened too quickly, so it happened within that candle period? Is that what happened there?
I think it may have been that. So the conditions would be that 3 of the stochastics would be curving round, and in oversold, like three of the 4. But in this case, it's only showing the fastest stochastic and the average. So if we were looking, so we can obviously set the settings to show this, but if we were looking at those, probably just 3 of them wouldn't be curving around at that point. But that's why the convergence band often gives you actually a bit more to work with, really, because you can kind of see that they're converging, that they're in agreement generally in a smooth out, averaged out sort of way. So but then so they that's curving, which is kind of good enough, and it often gives you a really strong signal that that's coming around. So when you see that it's converged down to virtually the size of a pixel, and it's coming round, and it's in the kind of oversold or overbought zone, that's really worth paying attention to.
Yeah. So, indeed, that would have been very good there. Yeah.
Excellent. So on this, this does seem a bit sort of mid-range at the moment. So slightly, I would very much hesitate from placing a trade just there. I think because obviously down here that this is mid-range, don't really quite know how that's going to play out. It's not really down here, it's not really up there, and so on. So I think once it hits one of these lines, you get a better idea of which way it's going to go, and then probably open the position then, because it's been doing that kind of rate, well, pretty much, yeah, that ranging within that area and within this one. It also dropped down, came back up to there, and then up to there, and so on. If it continues to do that, that'd be a nice view.
Yeah. Okay. So overall, probably look for longs, but
yeah,
not at the moment, and don't diddle in the middle.
Essentially, yeah. If you diddle in the middle of the track, you get burnt.
Yeah.
If it's an electric track, I guess. So, okay, that's
okay, right.
Yep, that's Asta.
Okay, so right. Sorry, we'll probably get back to your agenda soon.
Oh yeah, that's right. CD was saying, can you say more about the 30-minute retracement line that QUADZILLA drew? Could I don't quite know which chart that was on there. Was that back on Bitcoin?
No, I think that was Asta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there was quite a few really.
Yeah. Maybe this one. So, I mean, there's that one which did the down, and then sort of minor up that might continue. I would say that one, yeah, is simply predictive that the price is going to come up. Oh, yeah. How come please when on 30 minutes, if you've got both retracement boxes ticked, I have one, but if unticked, retracements in general and just keep faster box ticked, that disappears, and the one it appears fully. Don't know. Oh yeah, I think so. There's a just to explain that a bit. In fact, to answer Kaz's question there in the chat, we probably need to go through a bit of what's new in 1.5, because the question is kind of around one of the new things. So if we quickly do that, and then maybe if I then come back to Kaz's question, does that sound?
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. So we need a what's new in QUADZILLA and the QUADZILLA update jingle. But we ain't got one. So
I will make a note.
Because it's going to be a regular occurrence, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, what have we got here then? So new things. I should check my notes. Yeah. So I'll zip through the list, and maybe could show one or two of these as we go along if they're close by on the chart. So we have new things, faster EMA convergence zones. So essentially, the convergence zones are this sort of thing here. So where you get the EMAs on the price chart, they tend to tell you quite they tend to tell you quite reliably, really, whether the current upward or downward trend is going to really take hold and kind of just gain strength and keep on going convincingly. So, for example, so in QUADZILLA 1.4, we had the 21 and the 55 EMAs. So when they're starting to cross over or cross under, well, depending on the direction, then you see this kind of shading. So that's a convergence zone. And as soon as that starts to draw, then you kind of know that it's going to be a good point to, well, to maybe go long, short, or consider going long or short. Because so in 1.5, that's now been extended to not just the 21 and 55 EMAs, but the 9 and the 21. So they're faster moving EMAs, and so it means that we get a lot more of these. But the faster moving ones are also, of course, detected earlier. because they're faster to react. So an example here, that's a cyan 9 EMA crossing down beneath the yellow 21 EMA, and so that's kind of an early confirmation of this strong downward trend, essentially, and that, you know, we can expect to see more of a downturn there. So what doesn't happen in that one straight away is a similar crossover, like slower crossover or cross under of the 21 and 55. So, and because that doesn't happen, that gives you a strong indication that that's kind of probably not going to continue. I mean, you can kind of see there then that the 21 and 55 are just kind of off doing their own thing, and then they do cross a bit later on, but it's kind of a different price move at that point. So that's a lovely retracement right there, by the way. So sorry to jump around a bit on that, but you kind of get the up, the down, and then the up. So it's kind of the step 1, step 2, step 3. That plays out perfectly. So that's one thing. So the faster EMAs. What else have we got? Sorry, the faster EMA convergence zones we've got. A minor thing is that the 9 EMA is now just enabled by default, and that's basically so that we can have these showing. There's also faster EMA retracement patterns, which are also based on the 9 and 21 EMAs. So we'll find an example. Yeah, I mean, this is a normal retracement pattern, bearish retracements. In this case, it's over here. It started predicting and saying, "Hey, you know what? The price is going to retrace to this level, and then it's going to drop down again." And then, you know, sometime later, it does exactly that, pinpoints it. Yeah, retrace that level. Now we're dropping down again. It's so reliable, it's insane. But what we've now also got is, because this is based on the 21 and 55 EMAs, we now have this sort, which is based on the faster moving 9 and 21 EMAs. So, and they do tend to get detected earlier, and you tend to see a lot more of them. So what it does mean is that when all of these are being drawn, let's reset that a bit, hide the drawings, you get a lot more just retracement levels being drawn. So I can illustrate that a bit. So if we go into here, if I switch off not these ones, the faster EMA retracements, you see that one? Yeah, a bunch of them disappear. So that's a big benefit in 1.5, is that you do now get a lot more of these being drawn, and really in practical terms they're just as accurate. Slightly less. You can kind of see it in the stats, but overall they're still very reliable. Yeah, so there's a maximum number of things, like series, that can be plotted through the indicator at a time. Essentially what happens, how much detail to go into on this, but within the indicator code, there's a pool of available plot series. This is giving away too much information, I think, but this, so that it kind of dips into that pool of available series. Like if it wants to start drawing a new level, then goes to see if there's one available. If there isn't, then it's just like, oh yeah, sorry, congested. Too much amazing indication going on at the moment. Okay. So and so I think that's probably what Kaz was seeing, that by switching off and on these, some of these, you know, were maybe disappearing unexpectedly, but it's just because there's so many things that it's discovering and drawing at the time. So hopefully that answers that, Kaz, if that makes sense. So yeah, so with this now, you can obviously switch off all of the retracements or switch on only the faster EMA retracements, and you can tell those because they have the cyan arrowhead, just to indicate that they're based on the cyan 9 EMA.
Oh yeah.
Or of course you can switch on all of them. Can also show it just before I go through to the other bits for 1.5. Oh yeah, actually maybe I'll do that and then we can come back to that. So yeah, the other things in 1.5, there's the where is it? For retracements, this setting, keep plotting step 3 if the retrace candle is opposite. That was there at 1.4 as well, and it's just it just creates more kind of meaningful results really. So but it was switched off initially for 1.4 by default, just going through a bit of a testing phase really, just to ensure that it's reliable enough to be switched on by default, and that now it is, so it's switched on by default for 1.5. So yeah, there's that. There's what else? Yeah, there used to be go long and go short triangles being drawn up here in the price chart that were part of the retracement pattern, but did a bit of a poll in the Discord, and no one uses them, and I wasn't using them either. I was starting to find them a bit annoying, so they are now gone. Gone. So, and the benefit of that is that it frees up extra plot series that we can kind of use for other things to plot things that actually are useful. So that's pretty good. And then just a very minor thing in the stats is bring up the stats. So it's on Aster. So I think the stats on this are going to be a little bit kind of just because of lack of price data, but yeah. So essentially on this, so you see there's a dot there for step 1, then there's a dot there for step 3, and that's based on this setting. So the retracement step 3s, the ones that are closed, is a percentage of step 1. I change that to step 2, becomes a dot there and the dot. So that's all this is, literally just a visual tweak, just to so otherwise it's a bit easy to forget which setting that you're using on that.
That's fair enough.
I much prefer the step 2, basing it on step 2 anyway.
Yeah,
it's just a bit more useful, and I prefer the I prefer the stats it shows them. So actually, yeah, that was everything that's in 1.5. I mean, which is quite a lot. It was meant to be like an incremental update, but just the faster EMA stuff has just turned it into something that's like almost like doubly powerful in a way, because it's kind of drawing at least twice as many retracement levels now.
Yeah, I must admit I found that handy almost straight away. It's like not so much when you're looking for positions or trying to exit positions, but that kind of situation where you might want to take a bit of profit, or you might want to just add to a position a little bit. To see them to see more of those interim levels is like really, really handy, I think. Rather than just guessing at levels.
Yeah. Slightly randomly, just go into Solana here, just have a look. I think another reason maybe. Oh no, that's okay. Sorry. Yeah. One thing that's worth keeping in mind as well is because that one's plotting for a very long time there. It's still valid because obviously that eventually played out. It's just there's a configuration in there for only draw these for so many bars, but you can increase the number if you see that sort of thing on whichever chart you're looking at, and then it'll just kind of it'll keep drawing it, and then you might get a continuation the step 3 bit. Just to very quickly show that. Retracements. So yeah, stop drawing step 2 after that number of bars. But just make that maybe 400, I suppose. Wait, boink. Didn't really need to be 400. There you go. So you notice it's now touched that one. So completed that quite nicely, in fact. So back here it's saying the price is going to retrace this level and then drop down. Then there, kind of did.
Yeah.
In fact, perfectly just retrace it, boink, and then drop back down, and then obviously back up again. So another play on that. So, and to be honest, if you were trading this, you'd be able to see that with the strong uptrend showing there as well. So this one's very much still in play on there. That's it at 203.6. So,
yeah.
Right. What's next? I guess it's going to go through a bit of the Q4 outlook. Should we sell the Discord a little bit? Is that
absolutely? Yeah. So so we have, like, initially we had it was a bit messy because we had like 2 Telegram groups. There was one way you could post stuff in and one way you couldn't, and also, you know, within that there was kind of there was, well, basically everyone had the same level of permission, really. So what we thought we'd do is we'd move it all over to Discord and have it so that pretty much anyone can join, but they can't do that much unless they do certain tasks, like for example, use one of our affiliate links for a crypto exchange, deposit some money and do a trade, and then that will give you more more stuff available. And also, if you're actually a user of QUADZILLA, that gives you like access to everything. So we've moved everything over to QUADZILLA. We've moved everything over to Discord. We're still finding our way around it a little bit, but we did have a big session last night trying to sort out all the permissions and stuff, and I think we've got it right. And let me just make sure that QR code in the top corner is the correct one. But so anyone can join now, but as I say, you need to just look at what you need to do to get further utility from the Discord. And by the way, anyone who's come over from the Telegram thing, if you're missing something, just get in touch and we'll sort it out. So that QR code in the corner now, that is the one for the Discord. So the sort of stuff that's in there is really good, because we've got some really good community members who are posting stuff, and it's really good. There's a guy called Cryptic who is posting basically like trade setups. I mean, they come from an algorithm, but they are trade setups that seem to be like incredibly reliable. They are posted with like probabilities of probabilities of if they'll play out or not. So that's really cool. And then Maff, for example, did a really good and really interesting bit of TA on crypto as a whole that I'm going to play to you now, because it was absolute dynamite. It's only 2 minutes long, but just have a watch of this, because I think you'll be surprised.
So I was curious to see if QUADZILLA could predict the market tops and bottoms in terms of the bull cycles and bear cycles and whatever. So yeah, looking at this, so this is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin and stable coins on the 1 month. Yeah, so it kind of does. It kind of does succeed in predicting some things, not others. But overall, pretty good, I'd say. So like way back here, January 2020, we've got a green background, and about a year later, that the price started moving up the way you could see that is that this gave you, anyone who would have had Quadzilla back at the time, obviously it didn't exist then, but it would have given them ample warning to start accumulating alts while they're cheap. It's looking like things are starting to move. We're getting rumblings of great things happening, and then sure enough a great thing happens. So with that pullback we kind of get a bit of a warning about it, but more that it's tailing off. I think that was obviously very sudden, May 21. This one with the oscillator, the stochastic oscillator, where that's much more convincing. November 21, serious obviously pullback there. That was a market cycle top. I would say that was predicted, so that the convergence band came together, curved round convincingly, just about an overbought, and worked its way back down again. Here, this is a pretty good indication that, again, is building up to an upwards move. So the red stochastic came up very sharply. The average was still kind of level at that point, but pointing upwards, which would suggest there's some accumulation happening there, that, again, things are building up. The big move isn't going to happen straight away. That's kind of what you can take from that. So that worked its way along, and obviously eventually just did carry on up. So that's actually another way to read that. It'd be interesting to check that on the more kind of zoomed in normal price charts to see if this. I would think probably the same thing would happen pretty consistently on there as well. Over here, I would say, yeah, so where we currently are, this is quite convincingly, I think, saying that we're on the verge of a breakout to the upside. Because like looking at this one before, as a comparison, October, November 24, coming up to basically this time last year, that cross bullish, heading right into that. But even before that moment, you could see that the build-up was starting to happen. A bit of advance warning about that, and then boom, up it goes. So this one's slightly different because it's already into the boom, but there's a kaboom, nothing coming up, because we've got this crossover, mid-range crossover of the red above the white, the average. That suggests that things could go stratospheric from there in October, assuming there aren't any kind of external black swan type events or just general things going wrong.
And there you go. So I think that was like a really excellent little video, and it's an example of the kind of thing that you can see, within the Discord. So if you want to join that, go to savewithcrypto.org/discord, and that should work because we set it up last night and I think we did it perfectly.
So, I think so. Yeah. I think I'll if I just bring over the Discord just for a second. How can I do this? I don't want to sort of give away too many of the other servers. I'm just going to edge this along. So, oh god, it just snaps to the side of the wrong window. Try it again. So I'm trying to summon over the dove into the screen, whatever. Summon the dove from above. Here we go. Yeah.
Thing is, once you've shown your dodgy other Discord servers, there's no going back.
No, I'm a bit worried what people are going to think now. And I said, there you go. I'll just show them. Nothing untoward. It's just
secrets out.
Yeah, it's my my other life as a sci-fi author. So a lot of that. So so I just wanted to quickly show this because there's a lot of TA that's in the trading floor that just zip through those. You just kind of see stuff being posted by various people. I mean, there's been a lot for me in the last couple of days, but a lot of people posting here as well. Cryptic there. It's talking about dynamite. I mean, I think that this is actually dynamite. What we kind of get in there, and of course you got winning trades as well. I think it's worth kind of jumping into those a bit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's been some great ones recently.
Yeah. So like that one from Cryptic,
91%.
Yeah,
not bad.
And a lovely message from him as well. Do appreciate that. It's going through these. So these are all kind of Quadzilla assisted gains. I'd say some of them are just probably sort of down. I mean, also down to the person trading, making the decisions. But yeah. So yeah, there's 82% there from Michael, and so on and so on. No, leave my dodgy Discord away from there.
So we do have, like, successful and consistently profitable traders in the Discord, and you can be too.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah, it doesn't take much to join. So I think we have the. Actually, did you talk about this? Maybe I might be repeating what you were saying, but
It doesn't matter. Just say it again.
yeah, sure. Yeah, so through the link with the QR code, that takes you to the Discord itself, of course. You can join. If you want to get into the trading floor, that we do just ask that you sign up on one of the affiliate links and place a trade in there, and then maybe save the exchange ID, your user ID on the affiliates link, and then boom, you'll be added in, and then you get all of that lovely TA. You'll be able to contribute into that as well. That's that, yeah. Okay. Also, I would say with like some of those example trades that have been placed, like getting QUADZILLA, just like whether it's on the monthly or the annual, but it just takes like one trade, doesn't it, really, to pay, like, or maybe like a few trades that would essentially pay for the annual license, because it's pretty darn cheap anyway.
I've got an Ethereum trade going at the moment, and I'm trading with about $1,300 worth of Ethereum, and it's currently pretty much 100% in profit. So that's
pretty good.
That's more than paid for it for a year. In one trade.
It's literally all it takes, and you get these kind of things like, well, all of it really, lined up to the retracement levels. I'm aware we're doing a bit of a sales pitch here, but
it's all right. It's our channel. Do what we want.
That's true. Well, I might lose the entire audience, but if I show some of this, just like bringing the stats into it. So this is Bitcoin on 30-minute. The level of accuracy of the retracement levels, you can see. So out of 395 bearish retracement levels that are placed, 94% of those completed through to step 2. So like that'd be that bit through to the correctly predicted the price is going to come out to there. And then of those, once step 2 completed, a further 95% completed the step 3, which is kind of the bit that you often see after that. Bullish, 92.5, slightly lower, but still above 90%, which is pretty insane for an indicator accuracy. And then 97% of those kind of come true for the step 3 retracement. It's pretty mad. It's just so reliable, so consistent that yeah, you can just comfortably place trades, like placing 10 trades in a row based on these. You can be fairly confident that 9 out of those 10 are going to be profitable. It's kind of how it works out.
Yeah, I did say last week that I was going to do some sort of live streams where I'm actually doing this kind of thing live, and I didn't get round to it for various reasons, but I will try and do that this week, and hopefully get maff on at the same time, and we can talk about what we're seeing with QUADZILLA, and how you could be trading it yourself, and making big gains. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, that was pretty good, actually, yeah.
Okay. Shall we stop shilling and get on with the?
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm feeling guilty about it, because like we've created something wonderful, and yeah, we're just
it's this eternal desire to share what we've done here, really. But but also it's not even just to make a bit of money from it. It's just to make the whole thing sustainable. I'd say it's just so that we can carry on doing this and keep on enhancing QUADZILLA and growing the community and so on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So actually, Kaz was saying, what's that message? Kaz, starting off in my second Blofin account ASAP. QUADZILLA if anyone. Thank you.
Okay, excellent.
Really
Well done.
appreciate it.
Brilliant. Yeah, more of that. More of
Yeah.
that. Oh, did we forget? Do you want to do Palantir, or we?
Oh yeah.
Right, okay.
Let's do that, because you did ask that very early on, the max. So bring it up. Oh, yeah, try that. Don't think I've ever actually looked at this on the chart, so hope I find the right one. I guess that one. It's basically just the stock, isn't it, on the Nasdaq? Is it with the 0 perpetuals? It is the AI one.
Oh.
Okay. Do you have the ticker symbol by any chance? I assume it's that.
I think it is that one. I'm pretty sure it's that one.
Yeah. Okay. If it isn't this one, just shout. But in the meantime, we'll start to look at this one. So if we zoom maybe right out on this, maybe look at the weekly. Woof. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty positive chart, I'd say. So that's, I mean, going back to like for this bit where it started to build, July 23. So you'll notice that there's quite a few red backgrounds on here, but I should switch off the volume. These are coupled with the trend shield, so you do have to keep that in mind, that if this is saying that the background's turning red because it's saying that the just the momentum is kind of tired, or it's looking tired, it's up here and overbought, and it's starting to come round, like that there could well be a bit of a pullback happening. But it also draws in the trend shield saying is an override on that saying. But while there, keep in mind that it looks like that there's still just an upward trend happening there. So you very much have to use the two together with those. And of course on here you kind of see that the EMA trend lines are still positive as well. So yeah, that's just looking so positive at the moment. But if draw in just do rectangles, maybe, don't know. Let's try and get it so you can see it a bit first. To this kind of a fallback thing. Why has that stopped working? That used to be just Alt H. No, suddenly it isn't. So,
it's probably a Linux thing.
I bet it is. Yeah, it's just randomly stopped working.
Yeah, it probably just doesn't. It's probably Alt J or something with it, Linux.
Yeah, true. Alt J, funny enough, is the Ray.
Oh, okay.
Thing. Yeah, and the band. It's yeah, it's working now. The first time it doesn't. And then, anyway, so it's sort of there. Yeah. Something like that. That'll kind of get the idea. A bunch of levels, and then if I drop back, say, to the daily, then well, I guess I could say it's at the top of a range because I just drew that in, but that'll be cheating slightly. But yeah, if it does break through above that, then you'd expect to see like a lot more of that. I would think probably more steeply as well. Get the feeling that Q4 probably is going to be pretty bullish for stocks as well. Not obviously not just for crypto. It's just things seem to be lining up that way a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, should drop down further, maybe to the 4 hour. Good. Starting to get some useful signals and things now as well. So on here, let's also just bring the VRVP on that. It's difficult because it's price discovery. So if it goes up beyond this point, then kind of, anything could happen really. It's just, you know, it'll keep on going up until it stops and comes back down or goes sideways. Just can't really know. But if it bounces away from this sort of level, then where might it drop back down to? I mean, it's certainly there. It's a possibility. You can kind of see just open order volume around there as well. Maybe finally get to do that. Draw that in. Could well see just coming down, you know, maybe dipping down into there. Oh, the little pound signs. That's
just the
I guess from their reports.
Yeah, it's just the earnings thing.
Yeah,
it's just a TradingView thing. You get those on traditional stocks.
Yeah. It's a bit like with Bitcoin, we get like the little news things coming up and important events coming up, FOMC and so on. So
it wasn't secret. It wasn't maths payday.
So a bit of there as well. So each of these areas, you can kind of see it dropping down to that played out lovely. That's one of the new faster EMA retracement levels at the down, up and then down. It's perfect. Imagine trading that. It's already kind of starting to show like signs of tiredness there, I'd say. I mean, this is on the 4 hours still. Kind of like it might want to break through there, but it's got a lot of open orders still to come back down to and fill. So what do you think on that? Any thoughts?
Not especially. I'm not very good with stocks and stuff because I'm never quite sure what drives them up and down, because it all depends on like dividend days and earnings reports and that sort of thing. So although Quadzilla does seem to cope with all that, you probably need to know. You probably need to know a little bit more about what the actual company's up to.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's funny you should mention that, but Quadzilla is sort of coping with that. I think it's because like even if there's a sort of fundamentals news-driven or meeting, reports-driven event, often it's then just okay, the price is reacting, but what level is it going to come down to or go up to? And there's, as long as we're not up in price discovery, then that it's pretty likely that there'll actually be a level already kind of plotted, drawn out, that you can kind of expect it to come up and touch that level. So that, I think in that sort of sense, so it's like you get the reaction from the news event, and then after that the TA kind of regains control of things. The trading, the standard sort of trading regains control. So yeah, often it is about similarly, if there's a reaction, the price is kind of sent up, and then things start to cool off a bit, and then you can kind of start to look at where it's going to come down to, which does remind me actually what we could do with this is actually look at it. If we're looking at, actually, I'm just going to temporarily switch off these drawings and maybe the RVP. If we're looking at it in terms of the price discovery, but where to from there, of course, you look at, if we go to the right place, fib extension.
Right.
Haven't used this for a while, so I'll probably draw it from totally the wrong place. But just an example. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to delete those now.
Do you think this actually works? Using
only when it does.
Yeah.
And then it's amazing. Or it seems amazing. And then the rest of the time when it doesn't, it's just like, oh, okay.
It always seems to me the sort of thing where like
that's totally wrong. Yeah.
People show you after it's happened and said like, yeah, this is what the fib extension showed, and that's exactly where it went, But it's not for everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I just, you know, I know the Fibonacci stuff's quite interesting and definitely to do with human nature and stuff like that. But I don't know. The fib extension thing seems a little bit far fetched to me. But I'm not sure.
A bit, yeah. It's just like, I think the human mind loves to identify patterns or things, or to see that there's some sort of pattern, even when if it just kind of isn't really. So when you see things lining up like that, up into the stratosphere, we probably can just end up applying a bit too much significance to it.
Yeah.
So that, you know,
there again,
that number lined up with that number or whatever.
Yeah. There again, if that's all you've got to go on, then you know, obviously people are going to have like take profits set at those levels and stuff. So I suppose in a way, you know, it's because they're actually looking at that. That's why it's happening.
Yeah,
you know,
self-fulfilling.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah,
I don't know. That's
it's so much easier when the price is kind of ranging and you can just kind of see what's going on and plot levels from that. And so
yeah.
But yeah, okay. So that turned into a bit of a just chat about things generally. Well, it's still about Palantir, but I don't know if that particularly answered what you were looking for there, the Max. Yeah, the idea is quads can do well on stocks. I do agree with that, actually.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Stocks, foreign exchange, you know, lots of things, you know.
Yeah.
Anything with the chart on TradingView, really.
That's true.
As far as I can see.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to something? I'm just thinking, do we want to keep this under 2 hours? If so, we have about 35 minutes left.
Around 1 hour, I should say. Yeah, I won't go to Forex right now then, but it's anyone with Quadzilla, it's worth checking out because it's kind of just uncannily accurate on these charts. So worth a look. But yeah, so we haven't done Chippy Watch, have we?
We haven't. So that's probably about time that we did this. Here we go.
On Free Chippy Friday, we gather and munch golden fish and chips, the perfect lunch. By the seaside, with girls in a flock, we savor the moment on Chippy Watch.
So there you go, Chippy Watch. Now, the price of Chippy, a couple of weeks ago, I was saying that the last 4 digits of the price was always like the 4 digits from a year that I'd been alive. And I think in the past week or so, we've been back into the dark ages.
Yeah, it's dropped a bit, isn't it? It's not catastrophically or anything, but there's a definite bit of a loss of this what was a very strong support line for quite a while. Good, and this, I mean, I guess we covered this a few times, but it's this retracement pattern that starts all the way back there, back in January, and throughout the year the price was below that. Then the Chippy 2.0 buyback began. Price came up, and but this continued to be relevant. The price came back down, touched it neatly, bounced along, lovely support, but now it has kind of like dropped below it, and on the daily here, of course, and yeah, it's closed below that for 3 days. Zoom in a bit. And then it's actually, of course, so this is against the price against Solana, so we're not seeing the same sort of Bitcoin effect on the price of everything kind of zooming up, because of course the price isn't in USD or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, and it's quite nice in a way having this, because it clears out the noise, so you can just purely looking at the sort of the price value of Chippy itself, and purely against all. This retracement level popped up at 0.002854 sol, and I could definitely see it kind of, as soon as it starts to come around, it's going to do that. It's going to come up to that level. However, just noticed on the momentum oscillator, we've got the bearish trend shield that's showing up, suggesting there might be a bit more downside to come. So I think at this stage, what's probably going to rescue it is some good news about Chippy itself, and or another massive buyback to push the price up a bit more,
Yeah,
a lot more. But it does seem like at the moment this kind of level is still very much the price that Chippy coin just kind of wants to be at, kind of like its fair value sort of. I would still be a bit shocked if it came back down to this level, that initial level. Hell of a buying opportunity if it does.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
By the way, CD, you're saying who is the guy with the fish and chips? I guess you mean in the video. Oh God, I forgot his name actually. He's some YouTuber. I think he's German or American. I can't remember now, but he visited England and went to a fish and chip shop, and yeah. So it's not me. It's not Maff.
No. But on Friday that will be me, and probably you as well.
Yeah. Although last week the rewards weren't paid out until Friday morning, the following Friday. Sort of, I actually wonder if that was that was why the price came down a bit, because people were thinking, "Oh no, we're not getting the rewards anymore." But
quick panic sell off.
Yeah. I wondered if it might have an effect. I'm not sure, but it's because they'd all gone off to Singapore, and basically don't know.
Actually, they've been pretty busy, haven't they?
Yeah.
They're over in Vietnam, weren't they, doing some Chippy related thing?
Oh, was that what it was? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Look at this. This has got something of a range along there. It's also been working its way through that, maybe from about there, kind of down to that level. Maybe I'm a bit hypnotized by that support level, but I think it's significant. Kind of hope it doesn't now become resistance, that it just like comes back up. But yeah, if we look at that in terms of if that's been forming an order block, I don't know if you particularly have order blocks as such on something like this, where it's all decentralized and so on. But still, there's significant order volumes, significant probably open orders within that.
Yeah.
So Chippy coin might struggle to kind of punch its way back through that, but I think once it gets above that level, maybe down a bit, but then at that point 0.023, I would expect some probably move then up to that line, drop and then back up. As I say, unless something news driven happens, like Chippy, just to the moon.
I think that's what needs to happen now. I mean, I actually bought mine. I bought my first lot when I was on holiday in Tenerife last October. Last October. It was the half-term school holiday. I did it because my first fish and chips came from a fish and chip shop in Los Cristianos in Tenerife. That was run by a bunch of Geordies actually. It was a proper like
not really what you might be expecting.
Yeah. So, but I just remember the date because it was pretty much Halloween actually.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was last year, and then they were talking about Chippy 2 then, and obviously nearly a year on there, it hasn't happened. And it was then they were talking about releasing Chippy 2 on Valentine's Day, and for various problems they had with the developer and stuff, it's been delayed. So it's quite seriously delayed. So it might mean it's a bargain, you know.
Could well be just ample time to keep on accumulating.
Yeah, yeah. So interesting, you know.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, that's Chippy Watch.
Yeah, we definitely need an end jingle, don't we? Sort of like just maybe I could just cut the end of that thing off, just go Chippy Watch, and then that'll be.
Oh, there you go. It's done. Yeah.
That will conclude that bit.
Edit the video later.
Anyway, okay, right. So we've got about 25 minutes left. What's next?
Yeah. I guess that there was, well, in fact, I've only got one other thing now, which was maybe to talk about the Q4 outlook. So I'm worried about Q4 because there's been, actually, maybe I'll click on this. That one. There's been so much just bubbliness in the socials, so much certainty, I'd say. Just everybody is expecting a bullish October,
right?
And for the Bitcoin price to go through the roof, large cap alts to quickly follow, small cap alts to quickly follow. I mean, I'm hoping all that happens, and it probably will. I think it's likely, but we can't be absolutely certain.
You miserable.
I know. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
like,
no.
Somebody had to say it, and they bit like.
I don't know. I think a lot of people are hoping for an alt season. That's, you know, they're going to see DOT at $1,000 and stuff like that. I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't.
No, DOT is dead.
Well, yeah, I mean, not just DOT, but like.
I know, yeah. It's I don't know. It just. Yeah, I mean, have you seen Twitter or X lately? I mean, obviously you have, but I just find in my Twitter feed that it's all just kind of all of this. You know, you'll be retiring in a few months' time. Buy these random alts a month from now. Thank me. You know, all this sort of thing. And just like pictures of cats, you know, carrying a Bitcoin on the way up to the moon on a rocket or whatever. It's I don't know, just smart money likes to catch us out, I say, in exactly this kind of scenario.
Isn't that the sort of thing you get when you're sort of near a top? You know,
maybe we're near a top.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the top's, you know, a few weeks away. You know, I don't think it's months away.
No, it's got that feel to it, isn't it? That it's I mean, this is obviously the chart that when I uploaded that analysis into Discord. So I'm planning to do a whole bunch more of just video analyses like that. Just put them into there. It'll be a bit random with the timing, but just expect to see some more of those. But on this, so this is the monthly. It seems toppy, doesn't it? So keep in mind this is not including Bitcoin or stable coins. This is just the alts. Is there a zoom out on it? No, this.
Sorry, hang on, let me get this clear. Hang on. So
sure.
So crypto total market cap. This is the one that, does this include Ethereum? It
does. Yeah. So all it's excluding is Bitcoin and stable.
Okay. What's the one that doesn't include Ethereum? Is that others or something?
That there is. Back to. I'll click on a different thing. That one. Blofin. That's that crypto total market. If I put in. There's. Yeah, excluding Bitcoin and ETH. Do you want to see that one?
Yeah, that's total 3, is it? Okay. I must
Yeah,
admit,
yeah,
I never look at these things. Right. So this one here,
yeah,
that one does look a bit toppy, doesn't it?
kind of does a bit, yeah. Like because it's had 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 consecutive up months. It had an unsure month, and then before that more up months, and so on. It tends to be about the number that it tends to have. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean that was pretty strong. So that then it just comes down to like all these different theories of is this now different? Is this now just going to be an extended bull run that
Well,
that there is no 4-year cycle anymore? Is this one going to go on way into 2026? It's going to be a steady chug uphill rather than a blow off top, in Q4. I still think and hope that we're going to get that for Q4. So, but it's also just kind of like a slightly worrying, nagging feeling about it. That's like, is that actually what we're going to see?
yeah,
obviously hope so. But yeah.
Yeah. I just want to answer a couple of things that CD's saying here. One of them is there a Quadzilla jingle in the works? Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't there? Yeah. We'll sort that out. But no, this one here. I think I've heard you guys say pump in October and that's it. That's more me actually. But I do hear a lot of others talking about strong November, December. I think, to be honest, CD, it's kind of like I'm just being a bit cautious with myself because I know in November 2021 I was holding on to more crypto than I've ever had, and
last year India landed a
sorry.
spacecraft near the south. Really, and it's come to my attention that people don't think that's real because of this.
I don't actually know what's playing.
People think India is claiming
normal service will be resumed as soon as possible. Right. Okay. I don't know what math's doing, but no. What I was going to say was, yeah. So November 2021, I was hanging on to stuff. I mean, I think Bitcoin was at about like 50K. I thought it was going to go to 100. I had like EGLD that was like at $500. I thought it was going to go to 1,000. I had Ethereum that I think I paid like $300 for, that I thought was going to go to 10,000, and none of it happened. The price came down rapidly, and then of course we had like the pandemic, and everything went massively down. And I think part of the reason I'm a bit pessimistic is because I'm just trying to be realistic with myself and actually just think, if I start seeing signs of weakness, then I'm going to believe it this time. I'm not going to be in denial like I was before. So it's probably just me being slightly pessimistic and trying to be slightly realistic. Because I'm not really basing on anything totally particular.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it really.
Oh dear. Disruptive while you're going through that. But I was actually just looking for, because I did get this AI created jingle for Quadzilla, but I can't seem to find it now. But it was quite catchy.
Oh right.
What's Mr. Delta saying?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So
Mr. Delta, having a lovely time. I saw a maff retracement also set along. By the time I'd driven the 10 minutes home, I'd paid for the week's petrol. Well done, mate.
wow,
yeah. Excellent. That's what we like to see. See?
Yeah.
Free petrol.
Yeah, free petrol Friday. Yeah, that's cool. I feel like with the Q4 thing, it's kind of ending things on a very negative note there. But okay, yeah. So I think what I would say about that, because we tend to view like profit taking as well, I need a pipe for this, I think, because I'm lecturing now. Just I say I'm sort of dad-splaining, I think. But yeah, so yeah, there seems to be a hard dichotomy out there about like when do I sell? But maybe the answer is when actually made this note, and I'm thinking it's really corny. But anyway, I'll say it. Maybe the answer is, when don't I sell? Or rather, just DCA your way out of a spot position.
Right.
So, yeah, there's this thing about sell in October, sell in November, whatever, sell in Q1 next year. Just sell some, just like sell, so if you like, if you keep on just a bit more, the price is going to go a bit higher. Just I want to upgrade the model of the MW I'm buying or whatever. I want to get the anthracite trim, just a few thousand more. Then the price tanks, then you're probably going to feel quite sad. But if it's kind of DCA'd out of that as the price is climbing, you'll probably just feel like 50% sad rather than very sad. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. It's just like it's a case of like when to sell, like when are we actually taking the profits off the table, because the timing is everything, but it obviously doesn't necessarily have to be. Just sort of, but I think while the price is high, do consider selling some of the alts on the way up. Some percent of the alts on the way up.
Yeah, I do. I don't want to be holding alts. But in the next bear market, I only want to be holding like cash or Bitcoin. I don't really want to be hanging on to I don't know, Pepe.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever. Well, I haven't got anything like that, but and at the moment, I don't mind trading stuff where I'm trading. I'm trading shit coins with like USDT, so I just end up with USDT. I'm quite happy to have USDT because as our friend Wiz said, it means you have options. So. Yeah. If the market crashes massively, you've got a pile of USDT. You can buy stuff with it, cheap.
Yeah.
If you're bag holding, bags of Asta and Pepe and Fartcoin, then you can't really do much with it. So I don't know. I don't think there's any harm in taking profit. I really wish I'd have done that in November 2021. Because that was actually the richest I've ever been in my life, actually, and I ruined it by hanging on to it all until it come down to zero. Well, not quite, but
now's the time to sell.
Well, obviously the pandemic didn't help, but sure. That I don't know. I made some very bad decisions back then, so I don't want to be doing it again. So
yeah, understandable. I think I'm done. That's
okay. That's awesome. Okay, okay. So just have a little look. So CD saying a lot of the cycle indicators are not topped yet. Yeah, I mean there are things like that pi cycle top thing that's a lot of people like. I mean I'm going to be looking at stuff like that. I'm not just going to go, because I've got a tingling in my bollocks and think like, that's the top of the cycle.
It might be the way you're sitting.
Yeah, really. Yeah. It's just chose the wrong underwear, and
barbed wire underwear on.
Yeah.
Not
so I'm going to be looking at stuff. There is also that thing as well when every man and his dog starts talking about crypto. I mean, I went to see a physiotherapist last Friday because of like when I fell over in Spain and bashed my calf muscle, and I went to see him, and like literally we're talking about muscles for about 15 minutes and then talking about crypto for another 15 minutes, and I was thinking he's actually more interested in crypto than he is in my calf muscle. and I was thinking, okay, this is it's obviously it's getting to that stage, isn't it?
I think it's kind of like what we were saying the other day, I think, about like crypto.com and when's the Super Bowl coming up, because I think that's sort of Thanksgiving time, isn't it, roughly?
Yeah.
We're going to be getting the old fortune favors the brave, and then retail FOMO's in at the top, and then everything crashes.
Yeah, and then it
It's getting on
becomes
for that time.
yeah, then it becomes fortune favors the bag holders.
Yeah,
You know.
certainly.
And see you in 4 years' time. You know. And,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if the cycles are not 4 years, that wouldn't surprise me. You know, but I think at the moment, I don't know. I think the idea of like a $200,000 Bitcoin does sound a little bit far fetched to me. I don't know. What do you think, Maff?
I don't know. It'll happen. I mean, it's sort of when, isn't it? Because it's going to need the US dollar to keep on debasing, I think, for a while. And then obviously your $200,000 or $1 million Bitcoin will it'll buy a bag of potatoes or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like, you know, everybody will be a millionaire then. So, you know,
yeah, so
that would be the average wage. You know,
essentially. Yeah.
Cool, excellent. Well, I think. Has anyone got any questions? I wouldn't mind a quick look at CRO actually, if we can do that. I know I'll keep talking about it because I. Do you want to have a look?
This is actually grown Blofin. Should I find it on? Well, I guess
that'll probably do. To be honest, actually, for what I'm interested in.
Sure.
It's just
there's
a few things.
That
I just wanted to mention it because I did a couple of YouTube shorts. I did one yesterday when on the 2-hour time frame I was looking at the 55 and 21 EMAs crossing over, which did happen yesterday. And then I think now I'm kind of looking on the 3-hour, and I think that might happen today. So I don't know. It feels to me like it's got to turn around soon, and I think it might have done already. I'm not sure, but
it's upward trending. It's like looking on that.
Yeah,
like down, coming up. I hope that isn't a bearish pattern though. It's a bullish thing.
Well,
you know, sometimes feel like I can't win. You know, like, oh yeah, the price is going up. Oh yeah, that's really bearish. You know, God's sake.
I mean, I suppose there's a sort of double bottom in there or something, isn't there? You know, but
yeah.
I was looking at what was I looking at? I was looking at QUADZILLA on the 1 hour time frame.
Right.
What are you on there?
That's on the 3 hour. So,
okay. Have a look on the 1 hour.
Yeah. To say the 1 hour. It's good.
Yeah. And so we got that. We got that bearish level up there at like, what is it, 23? Yeah. See, I think I'm hoping that's where we're going, and then we might pull back a little bit back from there, and then that would make me fairly happy, you know.
Yeah.
And then,
it is quite fun seeing these newer retracements now.
Yeah.
I've seen one before that it wouldn't have had those.
That's correct. Yeah.
So it's quite. It's going to be quite a meaningful level actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to just to verify that a bit, bring out all of the tricks. I suppose it's got VRVP and I can find it. None of those really. Get rid of that. This doesn't. Oh yeah, this one. Sorry, I was looking for. So actually, after all that, it doesn't really show very much. There's kind of fair value gap there, bit of an order blocky thing there.
Yeah.
And of course that retracement level there.
Yeah.
So I guess the price. Sorry, the pattern it's following is doing its steppy thing.
Yeah.
It's doing that. So that could well do a step. It might well come down to there.
Yeah.
And eat up some of that order volume just there.
Right. So
and then on up.
Okay. So if that happened, that would make a double bottom. So I'd be happy with that. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, good.
Yeah. And this the faster EMA retracement there played out nice as well.
Beautifully, yeah.
Could have been a nice trade on that one.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that. Just have a quick little look at. CD's been busy today. A lot of the cycle indicators have not topped yet. Oh, we've said that, didn't we? Likewise, plan to reset this cycle. Yeah. Funny, same thing happened to me with a PT last cycle top. Okay, that's he was like 250k on guard or something like that, and I told him he should cash out. He ended up writing it down to his original investment. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't quite do that, but it wasn't far off, to be honest. It was yeah.
But it makes for a good story.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I think we're done anyway. But so if you want to get Quadzilla, go to savewithcrypto.org/QZ. We'll leave a link for that in the description down below. In fact, I think that is the first link anyway. If you want to join the Discord, there's a QR code up in the corner there, or you can go to this one here, savewithcrypto.org/Discord, and there's some instructions to follow there. Any questions, you can always comment below here, and we'll get back to you. But I want to say a massive thank you to Maff for like everything you've done, and you know, helping me out with the streams, helping me out with everything really, and just being a good mate. And yeah, very pleased to have you on board. It's great, and
very glad to be here.
Excellent, and thank you for everyone who's come along today, and thank you for the people from the future who are watching this in the future. But can you all do us a massive favor? Can you make sure that you do give this stream a like? It's really important for the algorithm. We will do more, and you know, we'll conquer the world in some way. But anyway, that's the plan. Anyway, so it's good night from me, and it's
I've really got to think up a witty answer to that, but generally it's good night.
See you all. Bye.